Gainer into the trash can.
Yeah, yeah.
Parkour, parkour!
Parkour!
I'm right behind you, Andy! Come on!
Yeah!
And there was the submissions for the Parkour Minecraft animation competition. So I took 3 of the limited submissions that we got of what I considered to be the best work we received. And now we're going to do a quick review. I'm going to try to make this quick because someone submitted something pretty long. I'm looking at you, Redstone Generations. Alright, so let's start off with Blue Hedgehog Gamer, not Hedgehog. So one thing I have to say that's kind of unfortunate is the little name tags that I put down in the corner usually covers up the little subtitles, like chat subtitles there. Sorry about that. So basically, as usual, I think solid work going on here. This thing right here, though, I don't understand it. I don't know what it's supposed to be. I'm assuming it's pupil the way it happens, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb, but that kind of confused me. I like the facial expressions here. I like the kind of cartoonish anime style of the animation here. Seems like a lot of you guys are going with this. My computer fans are going nuts. A lot of you guys are going with this kind of combination of low frame rate, stop motion, kind of 2D style animation. And it's got me intrigued. I've been trying to figure out a way to do something new and have some fun and incorporate like a 2D style. So since everybody seems to be doing this, I'm going to have to give it a try myself sometime. Anyway, back to the review. I really like this, but because of that stop motion-y animation here, I don't know what it is, but something about it stands out to me. And I don't know if it's like this kind of ghosting nature, but something about it feels different. Like I said, it's still well done, and the sound effects and everything are working well with it, in my opinion. But something about it, it just didn't seem to have... I don't know, maybe it's a bit too much of a combination of the two for the type of motion that's happening. There's too many frames or not enough inertia being kind of alluded to, something like that. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it right now here on the spot. But if I think about it, maybe I'll mention it in the Discord or something. But there was just something about it that stood out to me where it didn't quite have the same feel as maybe one of the last submissions that I think Blue Hedgehog did, similar to this. Still really well done. But I don't know. Just something about the motion felt odd to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Anyway, I got to save time here, so let's move on to Redstone Generations, the long one. So rather than watch this whole thing again, I'm going to go ahead and skip through to the parkour portion, I think. So the main gripe here is the animation of this parkour element is very floaty. There's not a lot of realistic motion happening. The landing isn't there's not like I said, there's not a gravity, there's not inertia in the movements here. So that would be my main gripe with this. He is using like Cinema 4D, so the visual quality and clarity of the animation always stands out as good, but the animation here, like I see what you're going for, obviously, but like right there, like there needs to be a bit more impact to the landing, a bit more force to jumping off from that block, etc. And it's just the movements aren't quite as smooth as they could be. And since you are using a bit more advanced software like Cinema 4D, you have a lot of tools at your disposal to try and accomplish that. So again, I like this one in particular due to the storytelling and nature of it, but the animation quality itself is unfortunately a bit lacking. But with enough practice, you'll eventually get there. Just keep practicing that and try to... One of the ththings I haven't used Cinema 4D, but one thing you might be able to do is record reference material, like acting things out yourself, or you can just find it online maybe, and you might be able to use that in the software to look at your reference while you're animating. That would be a big help. I know you can do that with Blender. I'm sure Cinema 4D allows some version of that. So anyway, last submission we have here to review is by Bean Dream. He's a bit of an insider to the crew, but he decided to submit for this one, so Let's review this one. His is pretty short though. So I have to say, despite the variety and the animation styles and everything, and all the submissions we got, the limited submissions we got for this theme, I really like Beans here. He went with the kind of stop motion style of animation, but it's not too simplistic. He's got the, what are those little guys there, Vexes, something like that, shooting the lasers and stuff. And I think he did a good job, kind of with what I was referring to with Blue Hedgehog Gamers, which is like, even though it's the stop motion-y movement, he's got this kind of sense of momentum happening here. And I don't really know exactly, like, it looks like he's even less frames technically, but the movement has kind of a realistic weight and gravity to it. So that kind of stood out to me, especially for the stop motion style. Once again, being able to kind of insinuate motion even in like fewer frames and kind of a stop motion-y style. I think he pulled it off really well. And I think for me, this stands out as the top animation we got. So it's kind of weird awarding it to a crew member essentially, but I think I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna have to give Bean Dream the win on this the last 2 months, I guess, competition. So yeah, again, Blue Hedgehog Gamer was really close with that style, but for some reason, like I said, just the motion, the inertia, momentum, things like that, just didn't seem to be coming off to me for whatever reason. And I think Bean Dream really stole the show with this one in terms of using that style and accomplishing that, whatever it is. I don't know what to call it right now, but I think he did a great job with that. And there's a good visual flair to it, interesting theme of him using parkour to defeat these enemies and stuff like that. So there it is. Those are my thoughts. Join the Discord if you want to participate in the next one. That's all I got. I'm done.